What if I told you the President of the United States doesn't just travel with security, he moves with an entire private military, hidden helicopters and a $400 million flying palace cloaked in defense tech? This isn't fiction. From decoy convoys to radar jamming jets, Donald Trump's every move is part of a global chessboard. Watch till the end. You'll discover the one travel method that even top generals aren't allowed to talk about. Presidential power on wheels, the 2025 version of the beast. When Donald Trump rolls into a summit, he doesn't just arrive, he makes a statement. That statement is called the Beast, and in 2025 it's been upgraded to a whole new level of presidential power and performance. Valued at a staggering $2.5 million, this custom-built Cadillac limousine looks like a luxury car on the outside, but under the hood and beneath the surface, it's basically a classified military operation on wheels. The exterior plating alone weighs thousands of pounds. We're talking about 8-inch thick armor, run-fluck Kevlar tires, and doors so heavy each one requires the strength of a bodyguard just to open. The glass, multi-layered, bulletproof, and capable of withstanding armor-piercing rounds. There are also sealed oxygen tanks in case of chemical or biological attack, and an onboard fire suppression system ready for any scenario, be it urban unrest or a direct assault. Inside, the beast feels less like a limousine and more like a mobile war room. There's encrypted satellite communication, night vision cameras, a blood bank stocked with the president's blood type, and direct lines to both the Pentagon and White House Situation Room. Even the driver is trained by the Secret Service in evasive maneuvers and high-speed escape routes. But make no mistake, the beast isn't just about protection, it's about projection. Trump has always understood the value of image. So when this massive Cadillac pulls up with its oversized American flags flapping and a convoy of black SUVs in tow, it's not just transport, it's theater. And the message is clear: the man inside commands not just a nation, but a spectacle of power. What makes it even more fascinating? There's more than one beast. Decoy versions are often used in tandem convoys to confuse threats and reinforce unpredictability. Some even speculate certain models have anti-drone defenses or EMP shielding, though those details remain top secret. The beast is a rolling contradiction. Luxury meets battlefield engineering. It's a $2.5 million reminder that modern leadership isn't just about policy or charisma, it's about appearing untouchable. Comment VIP if you'd ride in the beast. The new Air Force One, flying fortress of the 47th president. When Donald Trump returned to the Oval Office as the 47th president, he didn't just bring back policies, he brought back spectacle. And nothing embodied that more than the rebirth of Air Force One. A $400 million flying fortress, redesigned not just to transport, but to command, captivate, and control. The jet itself is a Boeing VC-25B, but under Trump's directive, it underwent a full metamorphosis. The exterior, a bold departure from tradition. Gone were the familiar soft blues, in their place a striking red, white and navy livery echoing strength and nationalism. A personal signature that instantly turned heads on global tarmacs, but it's what's inside that redefines presidential air travel. Trump's Air Force One now houses a presidential suite wrapped in marble finish accents and gold trim, complete with a private bedroom, fully equipped shower, and a conference room that functions as a mid-air situation room. It's more than luxury, it's strategic design. In the event of a crisis, Trump can engage in secure, face-to-face calls with world leaders or launch a remote command session with his military generals, all at 30,000 feet. The aircraft is equipped with cutting-edge missile defense systems, including radar jamming tech, flare dispensers, and anti-air countermeasures capable of redirecting infrared tracking weapons. The communications infrastructure alone costs over $80 million, featuring satellite-encrypted channels with multi-node redundancy. It's designed to survive and operate through anything short of a direct nuclear hit. Even the upholstery tells a story. The leather seats are custom-stitched with the presidential seal, handcrafted by artisans flown in from Italy. And the galley? Stocked with Trump's favorite fast food brands, served on Lennox crystalware worth thousands. Because even in the sky, brand and identity must align. But Trump's Air Force One is more than an aircraft. It's a projection of narrative. It's stagecraft, theater, and deterrence all at once. Every arrival is choreographed. The stairs descend, the door opens, cameras roll, and out steps not just a president, but a billionaire commanding the skies. Because for Trump, travel isn't about going from point A to B, it's about declaring dominance at every altitude. Marine One, presidential invisibility in the skies. In the world of presidential travel, few vehicles offer the surreal blend of invisibility and intimidation like Marine One. And under Donald Trump's current administration, this skybound guardian has been reborn as a tactical ghost. No longer a single helicopter, Marine One now refers to an entire fleet of customized Sikorsky VH-92As, designed to move the president with surgical precision and utter confusion for anyone trying to track him. Every time Trump takes off, he doesn't just board a chopper. He vanishes into a formation of near-identical helicopters, all flying in synchronized patterns across Washington, D.C., New York, or wherever his presence demands mystery. This decoy maneuver isn't for show, it's a wartime tactic, refined for peacetime politics, making it nearly impossible for would-be attackers to determine which aircraft holds the commander-in-chief. But stealth is only the beginning. Each Marine One aircraft is a $230 million masterpiece of defense technology. Outfitted with electronic warfare systems, radar cloaking capabilities, and encrypted satellite comms, it's virtually undetectable by most standard tracking systems. And should disaster strike mid-air, every craft includes a mobile trauma base staffed and stocked to stabilize the president within minutes. Inside, the design blurs the line between military readiness and billionaire comfort. Leather seats, hand-stitched by Smythson of Bond Street, noise-cancelling architecture built into the rotor housing, and panoramic bulletproof windows allow Trump to scan rooftops and motorcades while remaining invisible to the naked eye. There's even a secure communications suite modeled after Air Force One's, allowing him to coordinate operations or stream Fox News uninterrupted, even over hostile territory. From a distance, it looks like routine airlift, but the reality is closer to a magician's misdirection act. Marine One doesn't just fly, it plays psychological warfare at 200 mph, projecting strength while concealing weakness, executing decoy landings, and disappearing into urban jungles like a military-grade phantom. When Trump lands, the drama doesn't end. The real chopper often touches down seconds after decoys have fanned out and drawn attention elsewhere. By the time cameras catch up, he's already shaking hands or seated in a bulletproof limousine. It's choreography fused with counterintelligence, every propeller spin a calculated move on the global chessboard. In Trump's arsenal of presidential travel, Marine One isn't just a helicopter. It's a message in motion. You can see the sky, but you'll never know exactly what's in it. Global sea power, the Trump Princess Superyacht. Forget ordinary yachts. The Trump Princess wasn't built for vacations. It was built to project global power on water. Originally purchased for $30 million, this floating fortress was more than just a rich man's toy. It was a strategic platform dressed in onyx and gold. Originally named Nabila and once owned by Saudi arms dealer Adnan Khashoggi, the yacht spans 282 feet with a helipad, cinema, discotheque, and a master suite stretching the entire width of the vessel. When Donald Trump acquired it in the late 80s, he didn't just rename it, he rebranded it as the ultimate statement of American extravagance. Now docked discreetly but always on standby, it serves as a mobile command center, ideal for off-the-grid meetings, back-channel negotiations, or quiet weekends far from the spotlight. Step inside and you're met with bathrooms carved entirely from onyx, 24-karat gold fixtures, and a private spa that rivals any five-star resort. The salon features Lalique crystal panels, and the dining room is draped in Versace linens, each detail whispering power in polished silence. Bulletproof glass lines the windows, luxury fused with defense. If Fort Knox had a sea-bound twin, it would be this. Security, of course, mirrors its opulence. The Trump Princess is equipped with radar jammers, encrypted communications, and discreet surveillance systems. Staffed by a hand-picked crew trained in discretion, the vessel can go from leisure to lockdown in seconds. And when docked, it blends into billionaire marinas alongside the likes of Eclipse and Dilbar, keeping Trump's presence nearly invisible, but never unimpressive. But here's the twist. The yacht isn't regularly flaunted on magazine covers or Instagram feeds. Its value lies in discretion, a rare virtue in Trump's universe. That silence has only fueled speculation. Is it a weekend retreat, a diplomatic safe house, or simply a billionaire's bunker at sea? Whatever the case, the Trump Princess isn't just a super yacht. It's a signal, a floating emblem of how wealth, influence, and strategy converge beneath a polished white hull. While most billionaires flaunt their toys, Trump's most strategic asset remains shrouded in silence. Luxury veiled by calculated invisibility. Comment yacht life if this kind of stealth wealth fascinates you. Secret Service 2 full spectrum protection. If you think presidential security ends at armored cars and dark sunglasses, think again. In Donald Trump's world, protection is a performance, and in his second term, it's leveled up into something straight out of a futuristic thriller. Welcome to the Secret Service 2, where billion-dollar logistics meet biometric surveillance and AI-enhanced countermeasures. Forget the days when a dozen agents in suits could secure a perimeter. Now, every Trump movement resembles a military-grade operation, choreographed with the precision of a NASA launch. The scope? Global. The tools? Next-gen. Before Trump's jet even touches the runway, over 100 operatives have already conducted threat assessments using predictive analytics, satellite reconnaissance, and biometric behavior mapping. An upgrade designed specifically for high-risk VIPs operating at the edge of geopolitical friction. Every hotel room Trump enters has been swept for RF anomalies, and each route he takes is ghost-tested by armored decoy convoys. But what makes his security so unique isn't just the firepower. It's the invisible layers. Disguised agents embedded in crowds, facial recognition drones hovering above rally crowds, undercover officers blending into catering crews, and the piece de resistance, a classified AI system that cross-references every attendee, staff member, or passerby in real time against a global threat matrix, pulling from Interpol, CIA, and even private sector databases like Clearview AI. Inside the motorcade, Trump's limousine isn't just the beast, it's the brain. Equipped with encrypted communication suites, autonomous defense protocols, and DARPA-developed counter-ambush measures, helicopters provide air cover, snipers on rooftops relay thermal scans. It's not security, it's a mobile battlefield dressed in Armani suits. And here's where it gets even more cinematic. Foreign intelligence agencies are factored into these ops. From London to Riyadh, Trump's security team coordinates with MI6, Mossad, and others, creating a multi-sovereign protective bubble no other civilian in the world receives. Every layer exists not only to shield him, but to make a statement. This is what power looks like when it fears nothing. For critics, it's overkill. For insiders, it's necessity. Because when you're one of the most polarizing figures on Earth, the threats don't just come from a single direction. They come from every possible angle. And in the Trump universe, being ready for all of them isn't optional. It's protocol. Camp David reinvented, where deals are made in private. When most think of Camp David, they picture pine trees, nature trails, and political photo ops staged for the press. But under Donald Trump's administration, this wooded presidential retreat morphed into something far more strategic. A $400 million fortress of discretion, where diplomacy and defense quietly converged. No red carpets, no camera flashes, just high-stakes conversations in a forest wired like a spy satellite. From the moment Marine One's blades cut the mountain air and touched down on the freshly upgraded helipad, custom-built with infrared security mesh from FLIR Systems, Trump enters a sanctuary designed not for leisure, but for power plays. Inside the main Aspen Lodge, every inch has been retrofitted. The original fireplace remains, but now it's surrounded by hardened Faraday shielding and $2 million worth of encrypted communications tech, the kind also used in NSA black sites. The conference rooms? Don't expect rustic charm. These are now digitally sealed war rooms, equipped with Raytheon secure uplinks, Palantir threat mapping dashboards, and quantum-encrypted fiber lines stretching directly to Pentagon servers. Cabinet meetings here don't just happen behind closed doors, they happen behind layered geofence jammers, buried deep beneath Appalachian soil. The perimeter is guarded by more than just trees. Thermal sensors detect heat signatures up to a mile away. Drone jamming systems, imported from Elbit Systems, are mounted on disguised towers resembling weather stations. And elite security teams operate in rotating shifts from underground barracks that resemble military-grade command bunkers, not cabins in the woods. What makes Camp David so effective isn't its isolation, it's the illusion of calm. It offers a canvas of serenity that masks operational intensity. Trump used that to his advantage. Deals were floated here that never appeared on press briefings. Foreign ministers met without official schedules. Military directives were discussed beside trout ponds. And while the world stared at Twitter, Trump negotiated under redwoods. He once referred to Camp David as the most underrated asset in America. That wasn't a throwaway line. It was a reflection of how he transformed an inherited Cold War relic into a cloaked nerve center, capable of hosting everything from family weekends to $10 billion defense strategy sessions. In a presidency known for spectacle, this was the one place where the silence was louder than the headlines. Luxury convoys and tactical decoys, Trump's ground moves. When Donald Trump travels on the ground, it isn't just a motorcade, it's a moving chessboard of deception, armor, and orchestration. What looks like a string of black SUVs and limousines is in reality a multi-million-dollar formation of armored deception, engineered to confuse, divert, and dominate. The heart of this convoy is the Beast, a $2.5 million Cadillac limousine built like a mobile bunker, capable of withstanding chemical, biological, and ballistic attacks. But while the Beast grabs attention, the real magic happens in the shadows. Each convoy includes identical decoy SUVs, some real, some empty, circling in and out of formation, directed by tactical drivers trained in evasive maneuvering by ex-Delta Force consultants. These aren't just drivers, they're precision operators, following pre-programmed GPS routes mapped via classified DHS threat assessments. Their mission? To fragment attention, scatter risk, and make it statistically improbable to predict where Trump is sitting at any given moment. Behind the scenes, counter-drone trucks, equipped with D-drone smart jamming systems and Israeli-made Skylock defense radars, move with the fleet. These silent guardians scan airspace for anything that shouldn't be there. At the flick of a switch, they can jam frequencies, reroute drones, or disable threats mid-air, or without breaking convoy rhythm. The interior of these vehicles, think less SUV and more private command pod. Inside, Trump has access to encrypted communications routed through Boeing's tactical secure network, satellite feeds, and real-time location data of all agents and potential threats. In a single ride through downtown Manhattan or suburban Virginia, he could be simultaneously watching cable news, reviewing military briefings, and orchestrating media narratives. Even the route itself is a decoy. Minutes before departure, Secret Service swaps routes with last-second hotlines, redirecting the fleet to pre-cleared emergency paths lined with off-duty police and federal marshals. Meanwhile, local traffic lights are overridden via Motorola emergency override boxes, ensuring that no stop is accidental and no turn is unplanned. But perhaps the most chilling feature is the rolling counter-assault team. Hidden in unmarked SUVs, these units carry ballistic shields, breaching tools, and facial recognition scanners ready to exit within 5 seconds. They're not just backup, they're a traveling perimeter of force. This isn't transportation, it's theater wrapped in titanium. Trump's convoys aren't just built to move, they're built to mislead, survive, and remind the world that when power moves, it moves behind mirrored glass and encrypted silence. The First Lady's Shadow Protocol. Melania's role in travel. Security. When Melania Trump steps off Marine One, it's never just a walk, it's choreography. Her arrival, whether at Andrews Air Force Base or the Met Gala, is a calculated performance wrapped in Valentino silk and guarded by a protocol few ever see. Behind the elegance lies a shadow operation nearly as sophisticated as the one protecting her husband. Every movement Milan makes while traveling is rehearsed down to the second. Her outfits, often valued at over $20,000 per ensemble, serve more than just fashion. They're soft weapons of diplomacy. From Christian Dior trench coats to Hermes Birkin bags that retail for over $100,000, each accessory is chosen not just for style, but for symbolism. But make no mistake, behind every pair of Louboutins are federal agents with earpieces, blending into hotel lobbies and banquet halls. Melania's routes are sanitized ahead of time, often involving mirror-firm decoy vehicles, separate hotel floors booked under fake names, and even emergency escape drills rehearsed with hotel security staff. The same Federal Protective Service that shields her husband ensures her safety with tactics that rival military precision. And while the world saw a poised First Lady waving from tarmacs, insiders know that Melania traveled with a dedicated shadow staff. Linguists, medical personnel, stylists and strategic aides, all operating under encrypted communications. When she stayed at the Hôtel du Palais in France or attended functions in Dubai's Burj Al Arab, security swept rooms with RFID jammers, bomb-sniffing drones and bellhops checks on everyone from bellhops to chefs. Melania's role wasn't ornamental, it was operational. Her presence was power and every public appearance was backed by a silent fortress. If Trump's travel was spectacle, Melania's was silence sharpened into strategy. Comment iconic elegance if you think Melania's travel was more tactical than anyone realized. Donald Trump's travel isn't just transportation, it's strategy, symbolism, and spectacle all in one. From the roar of the beast to the encrypted silence of Marine One, every journey is a statement of power, and the fact that his yacht, jets, and limos double as negotiation rooms, that's not luxury, it's leverage. If this glimpse into presidential mobility blew your mind, there's more coming. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another $1 billion detail from inside the world's most guarded man.